Been a little while since my last video covering Pokemon card related crime, and that's not because things have started to slow down. It's not looking any better. In fact, I'd argue it continues to get worse. And I just thought, you know what, let's take a peek, see what's going on here, and I'll show you two of the most recent break-ins where thieves made off with hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of Pokemon cards, including one of them, an armed robbery, where one of these fucking degenerate fungus worms actually brought a gun into the Pokemon establishment and then started breaking the cases while pointing the gun at employees and people that were just in the area.
You see it right here, caught on camera, a person smashing through an Everett gaming store, stealing thousands of dollars worth of Pokemon cards and other collectibles.
So this one was a classic smash and grab where this gentle sir busted through a window and then went to the Pokemon card display case and tried to kick it with his leg to break the glass, but he's so fucking weak and pathetic he couldn't do that. So then Goober here, Secret Agent Shitstain, had to retreat through the window to grab an axe to actually get into the display case because his noodle arms and his papier-mâché legs weren't cutting it.
You could see where a thief smashed through to get inside this Everett gaming store, and this isn't the only store in Western Washington that's picking up thousands of dollars worth of damages while thieves take off with cards worth thousands more.
Card shops have to be getting robbed more often than gas stations and jewelry stores combined at this point. These fucking freaks continue to just burglarize local card shops, which, mind you, the majority of the time are just family-owned and operated businesses, in order to steal their products to scalp it online for like $5 worth of profit. It's so fucking absurd.
As surveillance video from Mugu Games last Thursday shows someone breaking in the store and trying to make off with valuable Pokemon cards, which we see this person was willing to go great lengths for.
Went back outside, grabbed an axe is what it looked like, came in, smashed the window, grabbed some stuff.
Owner Michael Doran says in total, over $40,000 worth of Pokemon cards were stolen.
Just piece of shit, man. It actually infuriates me seeing just how common this has become with these card shops being burglarized. If I was a local card shop owner at this point, I'd be booby-trapping this bitch like it's Home Alone. I'd be having all kinds of traps that I'd activate at night when closed. You know, like a boxing glove pops out of every window if it gets, like, broken into. Fart spray deploys if the glass is broken. Like, all kinds of shit. Like, a giant log comes through and just blasts them or something. And then probably what I would also do, and what I imagine a lot of card shops are going to start doing, is I would never put any real product in the displays. I would only put proxies in there to represent the actual merchandise. I would keep the real cards separate. Because at this point, you cannot have real product on display in these shops. These locations are constantly being broken into.
Doran says this isn't new.
We've been broken into 4 times. We've been armed robbed once. We've had multiple snatch and grabs of thousands of dollars worth of product.
And his store isn't the only one in Washington this week cleaning up thousands of dollars worth of damage.
I was watching it in real time. It's a little frustrating and a little scary. Have some dude, you know, grabbing all the stuff off the shelves.
Again, like I said, it's extremely common. Owning a card shop is like strapping raw meat to your body and then jumping into shark-infested water. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when your shop gets burglarized. It's fucking tragic. And mostly it's Pokemon right now, but I don't know how many of you keep up. Scalpers are starting to transition to One Piece because Pokemon has been so infested with scalpers that even scalpers are getting discouraged from scalping it. They have now transitioned to another popular card game called the One Piece trading card game, which is a trading card game that's kind of near and dear to my heart considering I've competed in One Piece tournaments. I think it is a fucking wonderful card game. And one of the things I used to talk about with this card game is that it was like price accessible for a lot of people. Some of the top decks were actually like really cheap, especially when compared to other TCGs. That is now no longer the case because scalpers have fucking latched onto it like a hemorrhoid, and now prices are shooting way up because of it, and now a lot of real players are having a hard time getting their hands on product. It's a disaster. The entire TCG space has just become a cesspool because of these kind of fucking worms, these parasites.
But Doran says what really has him frustrated is the lack of accountability when it comes to those who've been caught stealing from him and other businesses, which he feels is why others keep leaving.
I mean, there's a reason why businesses are moving out of Snohomish County, Washington. Just it's I'm here every day, and nowadays I feel targeted.
Totally reasonable. That makes a lot of sense why he would be fearful of keeping his business in this location, especially if authorities are doing nothing to actually catch the perpetrators here. And from the way the owner of Mugu Games is talking about it, I get the impression that even if they do catch the thieves, there's not like harsh punishment doled out to them, which I have seen cases in the past where authorities will catch like a TCG scammer or someone that stole from a card shop and they just get like a slap on the wrist. They don't even go to jail or anything because they don't view it as like a serious crime. I mean, it should be viewed as a serious crime. This is a fucking crime that should be punishable by time in the fucking slammer. Like, they are a danger. As you mentioned, they had even been armed robbed before. So this was a snatch and grab, which again, thousands upon thousands of dollars in stolen merchandise, which is a huge blow to his business, and the authorities, I guess, aren't doing anything to make him feel protected, to make him feel like it's safe to continue to operate there. So, of course, he's going to be playing with the idea of leaving, as he should.
Armed robbers, they burst into a Pokemon store in the meatpacking district and started smashing display cases and grabbing items. The store owner says that they made off with more than $100,000 in merchandise.
Now, this is footage of the armed robbery that I referenced at the beginning. So, two thieves went to a pretty new location here. One of them pointing a gun at the employees, and the other went behind the counter and with a hammer just started breaking the display to start scooping in the merchandise. And apparently they made off with over $100,000 worth of product.
You can see those robbers walk in the store. They're wearing all black with anime backpacks on around 6:45 last night. They smashed the glass display cases while pointing a gun at shoppers. Now, along with the $100,000 worth of merchandise that they stole, the NYPD says the robbers also stole $1,000 from the register before running away westbound on West 13th Street, where this store is located.
Imagine being such a useless, worthless, loveless, dickless loser that you and your buddy hold hands and go on down to the Pokemon facility located near you, armed with a gun, and start pointing it at the people there and smashing the display to steal the merchandise, all because they believe they can somehow make a killing by flipping it somewhere, which again is not super easy, not really a slam dunk, especially if you try and sell it to another shop or do business in person. There have been numerous cases where people have tried that and got arrested for it. In fact, I'm going to show you a very recent one because, spoiler alert, turns out it's not exactly easy to do that. And trying to flip it online, again, isn't guaranteed because you're mainly selling to scalpers, and scalpers aren't going to be paying some kind of fucking premium for this shit. They're probably out there robbing stores too. And it's just crazy that this keeps happening. Like, I know I keep using that word, but it actually is insane. And based on the surveillance camera footage here, these feel like they're probably like kids. Like, I don't even think these are adults. One of them's wearing like some kind of like comic book backpack. I don't know. It looks like Carnage crossing over with like a fucking Labubu or something. I'm guessing that is the backpack he takes to his fucking first year algebra course. Like, that is actually probably like a 15 or 16-year-old that is handling that gun, pointing it at the people in there. And then his friend, the way he's handling the hammer, makes it feel like he doesn't even know what he's holding, like it's some kind of alien artifact. It seems like he doesn't even have the strength to lift the hammer. It's like fucking Thor's Mjolnir, like he's struggling to even hit the things with it. Like the hammer is controlling him. Like, these are not adults, I don't think. I bet these are actually kids who continue to see like the Pokemon hysteria and convince themselves that this is how they're going to make like $1 million.
The Poke Court is a Pokemon store that was opened by a group of friends who grew up watching Pokemon and traded cards. And the founder says they opened the store 2 months ago and the robbery happened in just 3 minutes. She says the store was filled with more than 40 customers for its first ever community event when the robbery happened.
They were all brandishing firearms. They pointed them in the faces of my employees and my customers, and then they, like clockwork, went to our high-end display where we keep all of our most valuable items. They smashed the display. They looted over $100,000 worth of merchandise.
This business didn't even make it 6 months. It barely lasted longer than a mosquito's lifespan before it was burglarized. Armed robbers busting in there for the Pokemon cards. That is how out of control this phenomenon is. It sucks, man. This shit blows major ass. My heart breaks for all of these local card shops that continue to just be brutalized by these criminals, this fucking scum. Now, I want to end this on something kind of positive, though.
3 people are behind bars for stealing thousands in Pokemon cards and then trying to cash in at a Fort Myers shop. Deputies arrested this trio, Deshaun Boyd, Jimmy Satan, and Jermaine Warren this afternoon.
They took 10.
Big W, finally, a case of the thieves being caught, arrested, and thrown in jail. One of their names was Jimmy Satan. She said Satan, but it's literally Satan. Is there a more fitting name for someone who steals fucking Pokemon cards, literally trying to rip the joy out of what is supposed to be a hobby for children in order for his own personal gain? Like, unbelievable how fitting that is. Fucking Jimmy Satan here with Team Rocket.
$1,000 worth of the Pokemon cards from Gorka's Pokebarn in Collier County, then tried to sell them to Dynamo Collectibles in Fort Myers.
Kern said, that's them, call the cops.
Busted! You're watching Lee County deputies walk in on 3 thieves trying to sell $10,000 worth of Pokemon cards. Mark Nestico says they walked in his store with 29 booster boxes filled with packs of Pokemon cards.
It's so satisfying finally seeing an arrest here from these Pokemon thieves. Oh, I bet they were so excited too, just filled with jubilation. Easy $10,000 payday, let's just go offload this over there at that other shop, only to be arrested in a matter of minutes, walking out of there in cuffs.
He called 911.
Joking with them, having a really good time. We let them open free packs.
Less than an hour before, deputies say the trio stole them from Gorka's Pokebarn in Collier County using a fraudulent credit card.
We hadn't had advanced knowledge that they were stolen. They almost 100% would have gotten away with it.
They really tried to speedrun that, so they used a fraudulent credit card to steal the merchandise, and then an hour later tried to sell it to another shop. That's galaxy brain scheming right there. And that's the level of intelligence that these TCG thieves have. Like, these are actual Neanderthal brain idiots that are doing this. The people that are breaking into card shops to steal Pokemon singles, or the people that are taking a gun into a Pokemon event to steal the Pokemon product. These are actual idiots. Like, legitimately dangerous, stupid fucking idiots. And I pray that more and more arrests like this happen, because it is out of control and something's gotta change with it. I really think any card shops out there should really seriously consider only putting proxies in the displays in order to protect yourselves from these kind of idiots. So that would be my recommendation. I can't really think of anything else you could possibly do to combat this, because even the stores that take security extremely seriously, like one of the stores that I covered a couple months ago was literally inside of a storage unit with a giant garage door, basically a fucking vault door, to prevent thieves from breaking in. And you know how they still gained entry? They crashed a U-Haul into it. So, like, no matter what you do to try and, like, protect it, like, prevent thieves from getting inside of it, people will still find a way. So I think the only thing you can really realistically do is just try and cut your losses by not having the actual product in those cases, like the real singles and all of that, and instead keep those off facility somewhere else. And if someone expresses interest in buying those high-value singles, you let them know, like, hey, all right, we'll do this deal, but we've got to go, grab the actual card. I don't know what else the solution could be. This shit sucks. I just wanted to give you a little update that it's not getting better, it's only getting worse when it comes to these TCG robberies. That's really about it. See ya.